Good morning. Good morning. Blessed morning. Today is October 15th. Time is 8:50 a.m. I want to go over something. I dropped my video titled Jamaica's War Against Itself. And in that video, I had shared a video that was from TikTok. And it was a news report from 4 years ago. And it was about, it's from TVJ, and the reporter name is Kirk Wright. And it was about 6 police officers who were under siege for 3 hours in a building, an unfinished building perched on top of a, I don't even want to call it a hill, but it was on a, it was on a high, slope or whatever, right? And now in my longer video where I shared, I had pointed out a couple of things. I'm going to go over it again, just in case you didn't see that video. I'm going to go over it again. This is going to be a shorter video, and I'm only going to deal with just that portion of the video, just that portion of the TVJ where Kirk Wright was reporting that 6 police officers were trapped in that building for 3 hours and facing a barrage of gunfire from gunmen. So it didn't dawn on me until just now. He showed on the outside of the building there was some alleged bullet holes. Okay. And I guess the point that he was trying to show was that the weapons that the gunmen were using was maybe that'll work. The weapon that the gunmen were using was so powerful that it left holes so big in the concrete wall on the outside of the building. And then he climbed inside and showed that there were 7 bullet holes in the wall. And it hit me. Wait a minute. If they were under siege for 3 hours, they were trapped. The officers couldn't get out. They were under attack for 3 straight hours by gunmen outside of the building. Then shouldn't the building have been more demolished than just the few alleged bullet holes that he showed? It should have been, right? I mean, I'm no ballistic expert, but I also wasn't born last night. I was born in the night, but not last night. So that's one red flag. The second red flag is, again, if they were under siege and they had to be pinned down, ducking in this unfinished building for 3 hours. And he only showed, Kirk Wright showed inside just one wall that had 7 alleged bullet holes. But you were under siege. Shouldn't it have been way more bullet holes? Even if it's just one wall he showed, it should have been more bullet holes, right? I'm not a detective and investigator. I'm just a simple man. I'm just asking a question. Because again, I wasn't born last night. And then so that's 2 flags. And the third flag is why he only showed just that one wall. If 6 officers were under attack by gunmen with alleged high-powered weapons that was so powerful it made big holes that shot through the bullet them shot through concrete wall. He should have showed, pan out, show the rest of the room, show how the rest of the room was riddled with bullets. But he didn't do that. He didn't do that. And I know this was a 4 years ago video report of alleged 6 police officers. Oh, and by the way, I just thought of this one. Here's another red flag. Here's a 4th one. All of this is, he's given us word of mouth from what the officers allegedly told him. Because he's saying, and the officer said, why didn't you interview one of the officers? It's 6 of them. So 6 of them is that traumatized? I could see 4. Maybe I could see 3. But all 6 is so traumatized, they couldn't speak. One couldn't speak for the group and say, yeah, this is what happened and this is where we was pinned out right here in this spot. And we had to, coordinate and I'll give you our next one. I'll give you our next red flag. So Kirk Wright says the officers told him they, called for backup and backup couldn't come and get them out of there, rescue them. Now, they all made it out alive, by the way. But the officers, their comrades, their fellow brothers and sisters, I suppose, because, female officers too in the JCF. JCF stands for, if you don't know, you should know by now, if you've been watching, Jamaican Constabulary Force. So, if your fellow peers were called and dispatched to your location, and for 3 hours y'all was trapped, something is wrong right there. So then that leaves me to assume and have to fill in the puzzle. So then what happened then? Was it that the badman them, the gunman them, intercept the line and realize, yeah, they might call for backup, they might call for more squaddy? So you mean to tell me it was so much of the opposition outside of the building that they were able to flank half of the gang, half of the gunmen them to seal off, contain off where the backup would be coming from, and then fire on them? Because Kirk never explained. He just said backup couldn't come. They couldn't make it to them. Why? We don't know why. He never got into it. So why the officer never, why the police officer never told Kirk, again, who is speaking for the 6? Why wasn't the superintendent being interviewed and speaking? for the 6. Where's the commissioner? Because in the video that I posted, my longer version of this war on guns, the commissioner sure had a lot to say. Sure had a lot to say. And I get it. Yes. Mr. Anderson wasn't the commissioner back then 4 years ago. But the commissioner that was presiding 4 years ago, why him never come on, be interviewed by TVJ Kirkright and let us know, well, here's the breakdown. Here's what happened. You know, we send out a number of our officers to go and, you know, rescue the 6 that were trapped. And he never. So now we're left to fill in the blank. Okay, so now watch this. So I'm left to assume, like I said, the gang was that large enough and that strong enough to split themselves in half and have half go and flank the incoming officers that would come and try to save and rescue the 6 that's trapped in the building who are under siege. And then, like I said in the video, Kirk is saying, yeah, you know, they was on the gunman that was on Garrett Road, and then they ended up on Garrett Lane, and they ended up on Oliver Road. And so in that video, they showed they were on some road. What road was that? Or was that a lane? We don't know. So you're just showing us whatever you want to show us. And then here's my favorite part. Police allegedly told him, Kirk, that they picked up over 100 spent shell rounds. And in the video, they only show us 1. Let me say this kindly. Jamaica people, Jamaicans, may I talk to Uno? The media in Jamaica, they're lying to you, and they've been lying to you. Because this is foolishness. This is foolishness. Them take Uno for Papi Show. Them take Uno for foul. It's too easy for them. This is easy. And this is why I said it before. I'm gonna say it again. I said it in my Badman music. Influence. Does it influence the culture? In that video, I'm gonna say it again. And this is why the news media, journalists went so hard after Irina, because she pointed out some discrepancies, fallacies, some lies that they have been showing Uno people of Jamaica. They're lying to you. It's time for wake up. Pay attention. Yeah. All right. One more time. One more time. Here's the video. And I'm out. But y'all continue to live on purpose. Godly purpose. Because any other purpose, it just ain't worth it. You understand? God's purpose is the best. All right. I'm out. Whoosh.
Welcome back to Primetime News. Exclusive footage this evening of the building where police were trapped for hours following a shootout with men armed with high-powered weapons. The incident happened in East Kingston on Sunday. As TVJ's Kirk Wright reports, the officers were left traumatized and are receiving counseling.
On the police guard on Tuesday, we went to see the building in which the cops from the Kingston Eastern Police Division were pinned down by gunmen on Sunday. For more than 3 hours on the weekend, this 8 by 10 feet unfinished structure was the sole shield for 6 policemen who came under fire from gunmen on Oliver Road in East Kingston. The more than 40 bullet holes we counted on the outside of the building alone tell the dreadful tale. The building, perched on the hill, gave the gunmen an advantage. Now, 7 bullet holes in this area alone, and this is just a few of the many bullet holes in this building where 6 police officers took cover when gunmen fired at them for hours. They took cover right here. One policeman was here trying to shield off the gunmen, and this is where a bullet actually flew over his head. Now this should give the public an understanding of the trauma the policemen faced while they were here and gunmen hailed bullets at them. Our police sources say the gunmen were close enough to the trapped policemen in the building to have been taunting them that they were all trapped and were all going to die. We were showed some of the strategic points the gunmen used while shooting their high-powered weapons at the police, including the rooftops in nearby yards. The police called for backup. Their colleagues from Mobile Reserve responded but had trouble getting to them. All 6 police officers were rescued with minor injuries. The police say they picked up hundreds of spent shells after. The 6 policemen had gone to Oliver Road after receiving intelligence that men from Jarrett Lane were planning to attack persons from Oliver Road who were returning from a funeral. The police say the situation was so tense, Indicom investigators had to be escorted into the area the following day. Kirk Wright, TVJ News.